Welcome in, welcome in, welcome back to the Crypto Bully Bear channel. Now, I just want to follow up on my video previously today to show you. I was saying how Gary Gensler was having a conversation with Tim Draper. Now, I want you to listen to Tim Draper. And as you can see, everything as he talks about it has been put in order. He's basically going to tell you how they do it in order. And then right after he speaks, I want you to listen to Gary Gensler basically telling us crypto is not going anywhere. They're going to adopt. Now, I just want you to listen.
You can just hear the bankers panicking right now.
But what?
You just
what
feel the panic in their voices.
Now, if you remember in the beginning when Bitcoin came out, everybody was skeptical about it. They're not going to use it. No banks are going to touch that. Who's going to want to touch that kind of currency that you can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't feel it, and you can't use it? You can't buy anything with it. When it first came out, and I believe Bitcoin came out with their white paper, I believe Halloween, 13 years ago on Halloween. So Bitcoin is 13 years old. Its birthday was yesterday, October 31st. Now, I can actually see if the powers that be control this whole situation, then I can definitely see $130,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year. Just due to the fact that Bitcoin is 13 years old this year. And if you know the powers that be, they like to play with the numbers. I can see Bitcoin hitting 130,000. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying that I can see Bitcoin hitting 130,000 at the end of this year. Now, like I said, he basically, this guy, Tim Draper, he's the guy with the Bitcoin socks and the tie and the microphone. He says how banks are scared of it. And then watch, he's going to continue to keep talking, and I want you to listen to what he says.
Here's what always happens. The first thing that happens is they try to go, oh, it's nothing. And they did that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's with every new industry, every new technology comes along, the powers that be, the incumbents, the status quo, all say, it's nothing. Don't ignore the man behind the curtain. This is nothing. And then all of a sudden it's too big to get in there. They're going, oh.
So he says, then it gets too big in their face. Now, again, as we all know, well, as I believe, I should say, I believe the XRP is going to be one of the main coins pushing our financial money globally around the world, and many other things. Ripple Company is going to be behind a lot of things. In my own opinion, how Amazon is the god of the outside of the computer, putting platforms and programs and places to buy stuff on the outside of the computer, I think Ripple is going to take over the inside of the computer. Meaning the data, how we push information out, the programs, the AI learning, all of this stuff, I believe Ripple will be behind bettering things coming along in the near future. Now, like he says, these guys, they get bigger, it's in their face, and then they have to put a lawsuit on them to try to slow them down. And then they can't slow them down, and then they notice that. And then they're going to wind up just folding and then accepting what's here. Watch, listen. I'm just going to replay it. One little snippet There we go.
Hey, it's nothing. Don't ignore the man behind the curtain. This is nothing. And then all of a sudden it's too big to get in there. You know, they're going, oh my God, I got to face this thing. And then they all line up and they wrap their arms together and they say, we're not letting this happen. And then it keeps going. And then they say, okay, well, let's sue them, or let's go get the government.
There's another.
Remember when Gary was asking for help from other government branches? Listen to how he says that. He said, then we sue them, then we get the government. Gary Gensler was one of the people that were trying to get more people from the government to get in on this, to get their hands on them. As you can see, I believe we already passed these phases already. We're way beyond the lawsuit, and we're coming right into realizing that we have to adopt a new innovation, we have to take it on, and we have to put some clarity on these mother effing coins. And that's why this lawsuit was brought about. That's the only reason why. Listen, and then Gary will tell you at the end of all this, at the end of the lawsuit, and after the suing, and after his gang coming after the Ripple team, they're just going to adopt after, because they know they're going to probably just get smacked with a fine. If it goes that far, they'll get smacked with a fine, and then Ripple will be all fine after that. Trust the system.
They adopt the technology. I think.
No, that's at the end.
They will adopt
No,
this technology.
no, this is the last thing they do. No,
Yeah, it's like
it's
the
after.
seven
It's
stages
after.
of grief.
Right. It's after the press planning. They plant the press stories. They put out lawsuits. They create as much of a fuss as possible. They try to get their government friends involved, and then they go, "Oh God, this thing's happening." And then they go, okay, what are we going to do? How do we get it? So then they either make or buy, as all great companies do. They go, am I going to make this or am I going to buy it? Am I going to make an exchange, or am I going to make a new kind of wallet? Am I going to bring it in so my clients can use this? I know it's there. I know it's better than what we've
I think we're all
got.
at that stage already. I think that's where we are. I think the large exchanges, whether it's NASDAQ.
You see what it says? We think we're there already. Listen, and it says like 6 to 18 months.
By ICE and Jeff Sprecher, who's a wonderful entrepreneur. I mean, I think the Goldman Sachs and so forth, they're kind of there. Fidelity and the asset management, they're kind of there in this next 6 or 18 months.
He's kind of
6 to 18 months. As you can see above Gary's head, this video was put out on June 20th, 2018. I mean, if Gary thought that they were pretty much there and that they're going to be pretty much well proceeded within 18 months from this video, then we all know that all these banks are ready to go. They're just probably making sure all the smaller banks are in cahoots that connect with the bigger banks, so everybody has a level playing field, in my own opinion. I think they're just covering up the little scraps here to make the connections, and once everybody's on board, that everybody can connect with their payments, with the Ripple payment system, then I'll think that's when they're ready to roll the ball. And in my own opinion, I've been noticing, I mean, this is just my only guess, I don't know, I'm just guessing. I think if the market cap, once the market cap hits $3 trillion, I think that's when they're going to have to put a leash on this thing. And if we all know, Ripple, the 3 little Triskelion things that goes on, fidget spinners, they got 3 ends. I mean, it's just something, you know, the powers that be, they like the number 3, 13, 33, all these numbers. I just think that once this market probably hits 3 trillion, I think we're going to see a steamroll ahead of regulatory clarity coming to the system. My own opinion. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe. Please hit that like button. Molest that like button. And let's Spread this information with everybody. I love you guys, and I'm out.